Come here. The waves are loud. Inside this bag is Hohem's brand new gimbal. It is the V3, which is a gimbal designed for smartphones, and it is super compact, making it perfect for travelers and adventurers who want something they can easily slip in their pocket, allowing them to turn their mobile phone into a video camera. Today we're going to be talking about this gimbal. I'm going to tell you my experiences with it, and we're going to look at the pros and cons as well as the specs of this gimbal. Now, you may have noticed we're on a very windy beach. It's very cold. I've got my hot chocolate, so I would encourage you to get cozy and let's learn about the Hohem V3. The Hohem V3 is currently on sale in the UK for £129, making it super affordable for most people working on a budget who also want to shoot smooth video. This gimbal is super compact. However, when you want to use it, you simply unfold it and your phone would sit in the mount. Not only that, it has a telescopic pole of up to 20 centimeters. Exactly, it's 205 millimeters. This means that you can get a good amount of distance, and it acts like a selfie stick, but it's also stabilized. Being able to fit such a large piece of equipment in your pocket is something that's quite rare to find when it comes to... Hang on, I just bent that. I didn't know I could do that. There's just an extra hinge in there. It's pretty fancy, but it means that you can fit this small piece of equipment in your pocket that gives you this huge range of ways to shoot. Not only that, one of my favorite features is the remote control. You see, it has a control panel that you can remove, and this has a range of 10 meters. So you can set this gimbal up far away, and then you can use the remote control to control it if you want to film yourself, or if you want to film something that you can't access by holding the handle. This is a little feature that I do like. However, jumping right in to the things that I'm not so keen on, it's held in by magnets, and only magnets. Now, at first I loved it. It's super easy and quick to take in and out, and it reminds me of the other Hohem gimbals such as the MT2 and their iSteady range, where their AI camera would come on and off with magnets. But something I've experienced through using these gimbals is quite often in your camera bag, the magnets will fall out. And while it's in your camera bag, that's okay, but if you're in the wild and it falls off, then you're in a bit of trouble. You see, while the remote control is magnet, and I'm not so keen on that, the AI camera does have locks, so you have to push down these locks to remove it. And I like that feature. I just wonder why that locking mechanism, which keeps the camera safe, wasn't also used for the control panel. For such a small piece of equipment that again can fit in your pocket, this gimbal has a great battery life. On a full charge, this gimbal can shoot for 13 hours, and that means you can take it out and use it all day. Alternatively, if you're going on a long trip, you can save that battery and use it throughout. The way that it can record for 13 hours means that for me, as someone who goes out on long trips, someone who goes out car camping and will shoot for many hours over multiple days, I can know that this is going to have enough battery for the trip. It charges through a USB-C cable, meaning it's super easy to plug in to any wall, socket, or into a car, or into a portable charger. This means that wherever you are, you can charge up this gimbal. One of the things I love about Hohem's gimbal selection is the AI camera. This camera will detect your face and follow you. You can also adjust where this camera is framing your phone so that you can have it to one side if there's two people, or you can have it closer or further away, and you can adjust this all using hand gestures, meaning you don't have to be actually using the camera, someone else can be holding it and you can make it how you want. It's always been very reliable for me. In a photo battle that I did recently, I did a roly-poly, and genuinely this camera kept tracking me as I was running and flipping, and it's never lost track of me while I'm in a reasonable distance. After about 20 meters, it loses focus because it can't see your face, and as a wide angle, that makes sense. Up close, however, it's super helpful. With the telescopic part of this gimbal, you can hold the gimbal further away from you and use that tracking feature to keep the gimbal looking at you. Meaning you get to just hold this gimbal out in front of you, knowing that your phone using that AI camera is going to track you wherever. I found this helpful because it means I don't have to worry about framing, I don't have to stress about the framing being correct, and I can focus on being out and enjoying the environment I'm in and experiencing the adventures. I don't have a cameraman, it's tracking me, but it's very smooth because of the gimbal. This gimbal comes in two colors. I have the white here, and it also comes in black. Now, I want to say a huge thank you to Hohem for sending me this gimbal. I've reviewed quite a few of their gimbals now, and I was not paid to say anything. All of the opinions in this video are my own opinions. And honestly, because of the way this one folds down so compactly, it does make it one of my favorite gimbals. However, as someone who shoots mainly on DSLR cameras, it is restricted to only being able to use phones, meaning if I want to go out and shoot a full-on professional video with a DSLR camera, this isn't the gimbal I would use. When I'm going out with friends though, and I just want clips, or I just want snippets of daily videos, or if I want to give it to someone else knowing that they can use it reliably because it's simple and it uses a phone, it is exactly what I would go for. It's also lightweight, meaning that I can put it in my camera bag and carry it over long distances, knowing it's not going to add too much to my backpack, giving me the versatility to use my phone as a stable camera, as I say, without being too heavy. The white color is unusual. My other gimbals have been black and orange. This one is white and orange, and one of my favorite features about this gimbal, it's not really my favorite, but I just love this white bag. All of the camera equipment I have has always come in black bags. So to have a white bag makes it stand out in my camera bag. So it's something I really like. I'm gonna have some hot chocolate. The hot chocolate I have here is Cadbury's hot chocolate. Now, why am I telling you about my hot chocolate? Go on, we're gonna rate the hot chocolate. This hot chocolate is Cadbury's hot chocolate. I made it with milk. I heated it up in a microwave and I put it in this flask, which genuinely keeps things warm for days. Next time I go on a car camping adventure, I'm going to use this just to store hot water overnight, and it'll hopefully keep the car warm. I normally go for Twinings hot chocolate, however, so the fact I've got Cadbury's here, you know, isn't the best thing in the world, but I'm sure it'll do. Such a beautiful evening. So warm. So warm. The other thing that's keeping me warm is this fantastic shutter up hoodie. You can find this hoodie in my Etsy shop. The link will be in the description. It's super warm, super cozy, comes in a bunch of colors, and it's a funny photography shirt, which is the area I really want to target with this new brand. I really want to just get some fun photography shirts out there. So go and get your shutter up hoodie or shirt if you haven't already, and I have a few more designs coming soon, fingers crossed, which arguably are even cooler than this one. Filming at night is just not a good idea because it got really dark, so I'm sorry that it got dark. I'm going to try and artificially brighten it up, but hopefully you can still see me well enough, and I'll overlay clips of the gimbal so you can still see what I'm talking about. It's annoying, but it is what it is. It's the real world. We love it. Would I buy this gimbal? These are the questions. This gimbal's only £129, which for me is a real pull. That is not expensive for a gimbal. And for a gimbal that folds up so tiny and fits in your pocket, which I know I keep repeating, but for me that's such a game changer. I have so many gimbals that are huge. They take up so much room and they're just not convenient to take places, whereas this you can genuinely take places whether you want to film or not because it's so small. The AI feature is really good. It means that you can have a cameraman if you don't have a cameraman, and many of the times I've used these Hohem products with these AI features and people have asked me, how are you filming that? I thought you were alone, I didn't know you had a cameraman. And I'm like, I don't have a cameraman, I just have a really cool gimbal. So it's come in handy. The other thing which I forgot to mention was on this camera there's a light. This light, you can adjust the brightness, you can adjust the colors, and it means that if you're out on a dark evening, like it is tonight, you can still vlog because you can turn that light on and it'll light you up. Especially if you're in caves, exploring caves, which is something I want to do with this gimbal. I want to take it into a cave. I really fancy exploring some caves. If you know of any good caves, put them in the comments down below. So that's great. I also love this remote control, except for the little locking mechanism, which I think this gimbal lacks. I think it's a great idea to have a removable control because it makes it so versatile. You can use this gimbal in so many ways. The gimbal is super easy to use. It has the app which you can connect and do pretty much anything with, and this trigger button here, which I didn't mention earlier, you get to double click to reset the gimbal, triple click to turn the camera from facing away from you to facing towards you. That's super handy because you can do that without having to change any settings. You can just walk along, adjust it, and it looks like someone's done it for you. So many features about this gimbal which I really like. And I think if you have a smartphone and you want to take your films to the next level, you should really consider investing in one of these. So the link will be in the description. Check it out, and I hope you found this helpful.